Okay, so I created my newspaper on information processing. Let me go ahead and present my screen. So for information processing, there are three types. It's the sensory memory, the working memory, and then the long-term memory. For sensory, there's an input for your sensory, which are your five senses. You have to pay close attention. That way it can go into your working memory, which is also sort of like a short-term memory. And then it's encoded. That way it can be placed into the long-term memory. My newspaper is split up into subcategories, focusing on sensory, working, and long-term memory. So information processing, and what is it? Information processing is how well you store and use information throughout your lifetime. Many people have viewed and compared information processing to computers. Our brains kind of work the same way when we use a computer. Whether it be a class or in the far future, the brain does the same thing in a different way. Our brain is built to where we use the material depending how important our minds think it is. It is broken down into three different forms of memories. The three types of memories include sensory, working, and long-term memory. All three memories work together to find information that is able to be stored, processed, and used later into the long-term memory. So the sensory memory is active in a human's life since they start learning through their five senses. This memory retains information based on how it made you feel even after you are not completing that sensory task anymore. This information is stored into the short-term memory for it to be processed and transferred into the working memory. So the example I put is when you get poked by a needle at the doctor's office. We don't have to feel this anymore to associate the doctor's office with pain. This triggers how one may feel about the doctor after the stimulus has been felt through the five senses. And then we have the working memory. We're able to store information for a small amount of time to perform daily tasks. It can be used to hold and manipulate information in the mind, which is a fundamental component of many everyday cognitive activities. It's used to see what we store into the long-term memory. And then we have the long-term memory, and this holds all the information that we have learned. It's not the information that we learned and forgot, but these are things that we practice and do that make us remember certain things. It's used to learn different things by using past memories that we have analyzed and formed into useful information. And then this is my works cited page for my article, and that is it. Thank you.